Now at 6, how the Highway Patrol can give non-emergency help on the highway during the holiday travels. Plus, the city of Girard considers a change in trash service. We'll look at how that could affect residents and how school districts are dealing with an uptick in flu cases.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The holidays are inching closer, which means travel is increasing. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Drivers in the 4 states are able to reach out to highway patrols for emergency and non-emergency needs. KOAM's Yana Hautala talked with a state trooper and local towing company about how that help is available when there's a problem on the highway. Apparently we're having some difficulty with that report, but we'll try to have that for you a little bit later in this report. In efforts to clean up Girard, city officials are working on a resolution to contract sanitation services as city utilities. Now, earlier this month, city officials held a public hearing about moving trash to a city service to ensure everyone has trash services. City officials voted to move forward with the resolution, but still working out details. The only way to not sign up for service would be to opt out of city utilities altogether. If Girard moves forward, residents will not see a trash fee in their utility bill until 2024.
They want to keep the community running. You know, it's a local community, and they always say shop local in Girard. Shop local. Choose the right thing. Do the right thing for your community. Otherwise, you're going to have all these big corporations coming in, and you ain't going to have no locals left.
If the city does move forward with this resolution, officials will ask for local trash services to submit bids. Let's check in with Sam Lane for our first look at the weather.
Thank you very much, Dow. It's been a cloudy day across our area, a little bit on the mild side. Now we're starting to see some showers and storms developing on radar down in Oklahoma and southwestern and south central Kansas. This is going to be moving over across our areas. We move through the evening hours, so be ready for the rainfall to come back in. You can see on the live picture, this rain extends all the way down into central Oklahoma, and it's only going to get larger as we go through the evening hours, spreading up into our area. Here's the forecast. Generally, temperatures in the upper 40s all evening long, with the rain starting to move into the area from west to east, and by 10 o'clock, most everyone should start to see some of the rain. And also, in addition to the rain, some fog is also possible, so be watchful of that if you're driving out this evening with visibilities dropping down a little bit. If we take a look down the lane, we're going to be seeing overnight storms and then a rainy Tuesday, a colder Wednesday, and then a real big cold wave coming up. I'll have all the details shortly.
See you soon. With the number of flu cases increasing, school districts are doing what they can to stop the virus from spreading through classrooms. Reporter Liam Garrity spoke with Southern Missouri educators on how they're battling the virus.
I spoke with 3 school districts about flu numbers in Nixa, Republic, and here in Springfield. All have had significant increases in flu cases in just the past few weeks, but I'll say it isn't alarming right now. No school sports or activities have been canceled. But if you're inside one of the buildings, you'll be seeing a lot more hand sanitizer and a lot more cleaning supplies. Extra cleaning. It's the theme for schools across the Ozarks.
Each room on a particular day gets an extra deep cleaning.
Using Lysol wipes and things like that more frequently on desks and doorknobs, and using our custodial cleaning supplies a little bit more liberally.
The lead nurse for Nixa Public Schools says parents need to be proactive if they see their kids sick.
In the last couple weeks, we've been trending, sending home around 140 kids a week.
School leaders at all 3 districts say kids are coming in with fevers, coughing, and a gastrointestinal illness on top of that.
We want those resolved for at least 24 hours, no symptoms, without medicine, intervention before they come back, so we can make sure we're not spreading that.
Schools say they have to work together when teachers are sick so school can continue. Republic school leaders say they don't want to close school, but it is a possibility.
If we get all of our buildings with attendance in the low 80s and staff members that are out, it becomes very hard, and you might have to hit that pause button and regroup for a day or two.
Right now, they say attendance is still in the 90s. All of the school leaders agree. One thing that could help:
Wash your hands. I mean, that is huge.
Always asking kids to make sure they're washing their hands multiple times per day.
All the school districts I talked with say closing is a last resort. It would only happen if a large number of kids and teachers are out. Now, sick kids can come back to these schools 24 hours fever-free without medication.
The Mountain View Birch Tree in southern Missouri closed last week and reopened today because of a high number of students with the flu. South Coffeyville, Oklahoma schools also closed for a couple of days last week because of illnesses. Joplin area harvest banks and individual employees came together to donate food to the Joplin High School food pantry. The company set aside a portion of their marketing budget for the donations. Harvest Bank employees could also donate personally. In total, they gave $600 worth of food.
It seems like there's an increase of food insecurity in the area, and so I know that our folks that take care of the food pantry, they do a really nice job of reaching out to get donations.
This is the first time Harvest Bank has made a donation to the high school food pantry. The First Community Church of Joplin today presented monetary gifts to area charities. 8 organizations in total received the donations in undisclosed amounts. Within the church, there's a community which selects the organizations and how much money each organization receives. First Community Church of Joplin has made these donations since 1993. Coming up, we're going to check out Water Gardens Ministries' annual Christmas market. Plus, how the group Christmas for Kids is giving Santa a helping hand. KOAM's Yana Hautala now has the report on how you can phone for help on the road.
Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds residents about Star 55, an emergency line for the Highway Patrol. Trooper Sam Carpenter says it is not only for emergency, but smaller breakdowns as well.
If your car does break down and you're on a busy highway, we want you to get as far to the right as you possibly can, get as far off the roadway as safely possible.
Star 55 dial also works in Arkansas. In Kansas, you can dial Star 47, and in Oklahoma, simply 911.
If you know you're on the interstate in between towns, Star 55 might be a little more direct for you because that's going to get the highway patrol. We'll know exactly where you are and we'll be able to get people to you.
Carpenter says the most common call they get is about people's cars breaking down or becoming stranded, but they also get a lot of calls about wrecks. One Scott Rosenberg, owner of Rosenberg Recovery and Towing, receives a call from the patrol. He'll be helping on the side of the highway in 30 minutes to an hour.
If somebody's broke down on the highway, we consider that a priority call, because we want to get you off the side of the highway versus somebody's car broke down at their house.
The side of the highway is not an easy place to work and requires everyone's attention.
You've got cars within inches of you going 80 miles an hour. So that's why we ask, move over. The biggest thing is slow down, move over.
And remember, drivers should move over or slow down when they see those flashing lights on the highway. In Joplin, Yana Hautala, KOAM News.
Carpenter says we should always be prepared for a car breakdown, have a cell phone that's fully charged, food, and warm clothes with you in the car. Water Gardens Ministries today hosted its annual Christmas market. It provides an opportunity for area parents to earn Christmas gifts for their kids. Now, it offers a variety of toys, clothes, games, stocking stuffers, which were all donated by the community. Instead of paying for items, parents who volunteered to work receive toys as compensation for their time.
It's opportunity for parents to partner in our worth shop doing chores, or there's craft projects down there and recycling things that they can be a part of. It's a kind of a way to contribute towards their gifts, a way to kind of restore a little bit of dignity.
There was also a gift wrapping station. The Christmas market is at the Outreach Center. It'll continue tomorrow, Thursday and Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. Christmas for Kids is partnering with KOAM for our annual Toy Box tradition. The group has helped put joy on the faces of children in Newton County for more than 10 years. KOAM's Amber Jenkins visited with them and has more.
Extreme Sports in Joplin may look like a diving shop, but it's much more. During the holidays, Extreme Sports become a home base for donating toys to bring a smile to a child on Christmas Day.
No child in Christmas should ever be without a toy. And so we've been doing this, like I said, in Newton County area since about 2010.
Even before Thanksgiving, James is already thinking about the less fortunate.
Like me, I've been shopping since probably before Thanksgiving. So I've wiped out pretty much all the Dollar Generals and dollar stores and Walmarts. And on Black Friday, we went to Walmart and Don't ever do that.
Christmas for Kids' goal is to help families enjoy Christmas morning despite what's in their pockets.
Not every family out there has, unfortunately, isn't able to. So that's what we're here for. We're trying to fill in that gap.
Toys are not the only item they give the kids during the holidays.
Found out that he goes out and cuts firewood for his family. So some of our guys with us, they hooked him up with stuff.
Especially in like farm stores and stuff like that.
Again, that was Amber Jenkins reporting. Tomorrow is the last Toy Box Tuesday phone bank. You can donate through our website. In the meantime, KOAMnewsnow.com. A little bit later, some Pitt State football players earn All-American honors. We're going to hear more in sports.
And rain is starting to come back on the radar. I'll have your complete forecast with a look at your extended forecast as well when we return. Well, we had a mild December day for the most part across our area with clouds and warmer and milder temperatures for this time of year. Right now in Seneca, Missouri, looking pretty nice down there at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. And that's going to continue for a little bit longer, but then the rain is going to start moving back into our area. But we're still in a drought, so the rain is desperately needed, and especially in southeastern Kansas. Highs this afternoon were generally in the mid-50s across our area, in the Ville, 55, also in Nowata. A little bit cooler off to the east, where they only made it up to 48 in Greenfield this afternoon. Here in Joplin, though, we made it up to 53, which was way above the normal of 49, and the low was 45, way above the normal low of 29. But of course, we can be close to zero this time of year, like we were back in 1962. Let's take a look at the radar. You can see over the last few hours, showers and storms developing across Oklahoma and southern Kansas. This is, of course, advancing to the north and east, and will spread across our area as the evening progresses, and especially in the overnight and morning hours by tomorrow. 48 degrees in Joplin right now, southeast wind at 9. The dew point's 44, so it's pretty moist out there with a humidity of 86%, with the pressure currently falling. Temperatures right now are generally in the 40s in Missouri and southeastern Kansas around Pittsburgh, but generally 50s out towards the west and also down to the south with those southeasterly winds. The storm system that's going to be pulling out into the plains tomorrow, there is a risk of severe weather, but it's going to be way down to the south in East Texas and northern Louisiana, probably several tornadoes down there. Severe weather might make it up to I-40 in southern Oklahoma and Arkansas, maybe a strong storm or two here in our area, but I think the risk of severe weather is going to stay down towards the south. Let's take a look ahead in our forecast. You can see the storm system as it pulls out into the plains tomorrow, sweeping across our area. Then it's going to kind of stall out over the northern plains, and pieces of energy are going to rotate around this upper level low, and that's going to keep the cold air coming, as well as chances of light precipitation as those pieces of energy rotate through. Rain chances over the next 36 hours dramatically increasing tonight and in the overnight hours, and then decreasing by tomorrow afternoon, a pretty good bet across our area. Here's the rainfall amount. You can see generally around half an inch or more across the region. Maybe some areas could get around an inch or so if you have to be in one of those spots. Break it down for you hour by hour. You can see the showers and storms overnight into the morning hours, with lows generally in the 50s across our area. Then tomorrow, the system sweeps through, and by around 3:30 in the afternoon, we'll see temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Then the cold front starts to move in from the north and west, and temperatures are going to drop down into the 30s as we move into Wednesday, and then highs only in the 40s for your Wednesday, so it's going to be noticeably colder. And then we'll see lows dropping down into the 20s as we move into Thursday. Let's take a look at the next 7 days. 61 tomorrow, 47 on Wednesday, 41 on Thursday, and then we start to see highs only in the 30s, Dow, as we head towards next weekend, and then maybe some light snow on Monday, but that's a very small chance at this point.
At any rate, it looks pretty cold.
Exactly.
Especially overnights.
Yep.
Thanks, Sam. Still ahead, a pair of Pitt State football players earn All-America honors from the AFCA, and the Mustang Classic kicks off at McDonald County High School. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Pittsburgh State football has a pair of guys earn All-America honors from the AFCA today, one from each side of the ball. Offensive lineman Trace Jeffries is a first-team All-American. On the defensive side, linebacker and Galena High School product P.J. Sarwinski is a second-team All-American. Sarwinski led the Gorillas with 84 tackles, had 10.5 tackles for loss and 3 sacks to go along with 4 pass breakups. And Jeffries and Sarwinski are the first Gorillas to earn All-America honors from the AFCA since John Brown did it back in 2013. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Denver Broncos 34-28 last night. And with that win, the Chiefs are now 10-3 this season and have beaten the Broncos in 14 consecutive meetings. It wasn't all pretty last night, though. The Chiefs went up 27-0 in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes ended up throwing 3 picks in the game, and the Broncos cut it to a 1-possession game in the third quarter. And with all that said, Kansas City did close out the game, and they're on the verge of another division title.
We had a couple of the interceptions take place and allowed them to get back in it. We got to do a better job with those. We've got to do a better job transitioning after those on the defensive side, not letting them score. The important thing is that, we won the game and played for the 4 quarters and came out on top. So that inevitably is what's important here.
The Carl Junction girls basketball team has seen plenty of tournament action early in the season. They won the CJ Classic to start the year, then over the weekend finished second at the Tournament of Champions in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And the Bulldogs right back on the court for another tournament today, facing Gentry, Arkansas in the Mustang Classic at McDonald County High School. They're down 3-0 early, but Destiny Berge fires it to Kylie Scott. She turns and finishes. Then Berge gets hot herself, drives here and finishes. More from her in just a minute. Moments later, Hallie Shorter steps out, hits the 3 from the left side. Back to Destiny Berge, though. Check this out. Berge beats the first quarter buzzer. CJ goes on a 19-1 run to close the first. Berge gets 11 in the quarter. And in the second, more of the same. Berge knocks down the deep ball. She scores a game-high 33 points tonight for Carl Junction. And Shorter back to work, her second 3 of the night from about the same spot. Carl Junction rolls to round 2 at the Mustang Classic, beating Gentry 67-37. Finally, Missouri Southern's Lacey Stokes is the MIAA Women's Basketball Player of the Week for the second time this season. Last week in 2 wins against Central Oklahoma and Newman, she averaged 16.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 6.5 assists per game. And the Lions are now 11-0 this season and will host Central Missouri tomorrow night. And I've been waiting for this. Central Missouri is also a top 25 team, so it'll be a big one for the Missouri Southern women at home tomorrow night.
Should be good. We'll be right back. Take some time now to honor a local veteran. Joy Clanton served in the U.S. Marine Corps in 2005 and 2006. The Seneca, Missouri native was stationed in Iraq, and we are proud to salute Lance Corporal Joey Clanton, a 4-state hero. You can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area, no doubt some of them from your own hometown. You can look them up by name, by town, by unit. We also invite you to nominate a hero of your own anytime from any era or currently serving service member. It's really simple to do. You just click on the link on our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have more on residents' concerns about the city of Girard, Kansas, potentially taking over trash services. Plus another battle on Capitol Hill, keeping the government funded and avoiding a shutdown. And the suspect in a plane bombing over Scotland faces trial in a U.S. court 34 years later. Those stories, a lot more, of course. It's coming up tonight, KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Tomorrow is our final Toy Box Tuesday telethon of the year. You can join us for our noon, 5 and 6 p.m. newscasts to hear stories about how the Toy Box program helps local families in need, and be ready to call in with your credit or debit card. You can call and donate, and we will do the shopping for you. But again, tomorrow is your last chance. You have to make your contribution sometime before the end of the day tomorrow. If you don't join us for the telethon, you can do it on our website, but tomorrow is the last day.
A great thing to do. Let's take a look at the forecast, because we are going to see some showers and storms tonight into tomorrow. Then it turns colder as we head towards next weekend, with temperatures in the 30s by then. And then we start to increase the chances of snow a little bit as we head towards the extended.
Final sports notes.
Got an interstate battle tonight. Galena hosting College Heights. We'll have the latest from that tonight at 10.
See you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.